Hello, and welcome to Module 4, Day 1. My name is Ms. Spencer, and today you will need a notebook, pen or pencil, and worksheets that your teacher has provided. The quote for this module is, "On every side and at every hour of the day, we came up against the relentless limitations of pioneer life." Anna Howard Shaw. Are you ready to do some interesting learning? I am. Let's get started. Today's agenda is goals and overview, vocabulary, reading Why Go West, watching Life in the Wild West, and sharing out our new learning. Today's learning mindset is grit. Hard work leads to success. The essential question of this module is, what character traits were needed in people who settled the West? Here are the goals for today. To share information and ideas about a topic under discussion, to ask relevant questions to clarify information, to recognize characteristics of informational text about social studies, and to answer questions using multi-word responses. Let's do some reading pre-thinking. In your notebook, please write your name and today's date. The session name is Module 4, Day 1. Answer this prompt. What do you know about the Wild West, and what do you think of when you hear this term? Pause the video to complete this task. Now it's time to watch our Get Curious video, Life in the Wild West. Pay close attention.
Howdy, Ida.
Howdy, Oscar. Sorta nice we get to ride together today. How'd you sleep last night?
Oh, the howling of the coyotes always keeps me up a bit.
Better than a pack of howling wolves.
I know. Last night, I couldn't stop thinking about all the dangers we faced on our epic journey out west.
Me too. My sister and I stayed up half the night talking about it, till Ma said she'd have us collecting buffalo chips all day if we didn't cut it out.
Yuck. I reckon the stuff makes a great fire, though.
Yup. Well, remember how terrifying it was when the cattle stampeded?
I can still hear their thunder and hooves, almost as loud as that lightning storm.
And just a week later, 2 folks were hit by a wagon when a horse got spooked by a rattlesnake.
The mountains were the worst. We nearly froze ourselves to death in the snow.
Then Joe lost his wagon crossing that creek. He lost all the clothes and tools he brought from home.
You just never know what'll happen next.
Like when those Shoshone hunters appeared out of nowhere yesterday. I was shaking when I saw them. I wasn't sure how they feel about us pioneers traveling over their native lands.
I know, but we could learn a lot from your knowledge of this Midland territory. Hey, is it true that your pa was able to trade with them?
Sure is. We traded some salt for fresh caught rabbit and buffalo meat. Finally, something besides the same old crackers and beans for supper.
Wow-wee! Rabbit and buffalo? Delicious!
What would you have liked or disliked about being a pioneer?
Here's the vocabulary protocol for today. The teacher will say the vocabulary word once and clap it out. Then the student will say the vocabulary word once and clap it out. Together, the student and teacher will read the definition out loud. Let's get ready. Our first word is native. Your turn. Perfect. Let's read the definition together. A person, animal, or plant that is described as native to a place was born in that place. Pause the video to take a closer look at our example. The next word is epic. Your turn. Great. Let's read the definition together. An epic event is very large and impressive and sometimes heroic. Pause the video to take a closer look at our example. Our next word is Midland. Your turn. Awesome. Let's read the definition together. The middle of a country is sometimes called the Midland. Pause the video in order to read the example. And our last word, victory. Your turn. Great job. Let's read the definition together. When you achieve a victory, you overcome a challenge or win against a competitor. Pause the video to take a closer look at our example. Now, let's find our knowledge map in our book or draw the knowledge map in our notebook. We will return to these pages at the end of each week to add information we learn about the topic of Western pioneers and their character traits. Pause the video in order to complete this task. Now let's focus on informational social studies texts. In your notebook, answer this question. What do we know about informational social studies texts? Pause the video in order to complete this activity. Here is what I know about informational social studies texts. They give facts and information about real people and historical events. They may include quotations from primary sources. They often include visuals such as maps, charts, illustrations, and/or photographs. And they frequently have text features such as headings, labels, and bold-faced words. Did you know the same things? Awesome job so far. Time for a brain break. Pause the video in order to get a drink of water or stretch your legs. Here are the reading goals for today. To analyze the use of text structure, to use transition words to provide clues about a text structure, to use graphic organizers to define relationships between ideas in a text. Here are some important instructional vocabulary we should know. Text structure, the way information is organized in a text. Authors of informational texts arrange or structure their writing to help readers understand the information. Pause the video to take a closer look at our text structure poster. Let's take a deeper look into why go west. Answer this first question in your notebook. Why did many people risk the dangerous trip west? Here is what I came up with. People moved west for free or inexpensive land. Some moved west to start over and have a better life. Some moved west to find gold and get rich. Question number 2. When and why did westward migration increase? Pause the video to answer this question inside of your notebook. Here is what I came up with. In 1848, James Marshall discovered gold in California. By 1852, more than 300,000 people had moved to California. And the last question. What text structure does the author use to organize the chance to strike it rich? Pause the video in order to answer this question. Looking at the text structure poster, I noticed the author uses cause and effect structure to tell why people moved west and sequence text structure to tell when they moved west. Now it's time for independent work. Consider the essential question. What character traits were needed in people who settled the West? Work with a partner to reread the text Why Go West or Reasons for Westward Expansion and find evidence to answer these questions. Pause the video in order to complete this activity. Great job. Let's share our evidence. Pause the video to share your evidence with a new partner or with a family member at home. Great job today. Let's wrap up this lesson. Let's reflect on our learning by sharing how we used our understanding of text structure during our independent work time. Pause the video to jot down some ideas in your notebook. Thank you for learning with me today. If you would like to continue learning together, click the link in the description or enter this website into your Google search URL bar. Have a great day.